Yeah, Logan.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Alonso. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm gonna die. Today, I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna do one of the only things you shouldn't do on a highline.
The only things? I think there's a lot of things you shouldn't do on a highline.
Okay, there are many things you shouldn't do on a highline, but today, I'm gonna be doing one of those things. Today, we're gonna find out if this really strong burly leash can be replaced with this piece of dental floss. Okay, this isn't dental floss. This is 550 Paracord, and if you guys don't know, at least in the USA, this is what most people use for their taglines. Before I go into this video and all of the details of it, I wanna give you guys a little background as to why I'm doing this video in the first place. Let's go back a couple of years. I'm going highlining with two of my friends, and we're rigging a highline over this beautiful waterfall, and we finished the whole rig and realized we forgot the leash. And I'm not talking about like we forgot to install it, like we left the leash at home. We did not have a leash. So that got me thinking, because that day, instead of wearing a leash at all, I decided to go out and free solo the line without any safety. Not saying you should do that. I was comfortable doing it. Also, before I start this video, don't go out and try this. This is just mostly for fun and as a theoretical experiment. Please, 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 please do not go out and try to use Paracord as your leash. It's not a good idea. I don't condone this, and I don't think you should do it. I'm just gonna say that at the beginning of this video before you guys roast me down in the comments or in real life. Anyway, after this little shenanigan, I got to thinking, could I theoretically have used my tagline as a leash? Would it be safe enough? Now, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think with enough strands of paracord, you can make a leash that is super safe enough. I do remember seeing people use this as part of their anchor in Moab. I'm not gonna say names. So with all that being said, let's find out together if Paracord is a strong enough leash to go take a giant whip on a highline like this, just like Logan demonstrated now. One last thing I want to point out before we start this experiment, this Paracord is not brand new. This has been my tagline now for about 3 years, give or take. It's been in the dirt, it's rubbed against rocks, it's still got its green color. That's surprising, honestly, but it is not new by any means. This is a really old tagline, and it's probably degraded over time, so that is the reason I'm using this. I wanted this to be a realistic example because, I mean, who just carries around brand new Paracord with them? Definitely not me, so this is what we're using. Now on with the experiment. Okay, so before I go out there and whip on Paracord, let's talk about how we're actually going to perform this experiment. So, I'm going to tie this piece of Paracord to my leash ring with a figure 8, and then I'm going to tie it with a figure 8 to my harness, just like I would a leash. I'm going to tie it relatively short, and I'm not just going to go out there on this piece of Paracord, of course. I'm going to be using my actual leash as a really long backup. Now, I know this Paracord is going to stretch a bit before it actually breaks. If it breaks, we don't know that yet. So I'm going to be tying my normal leash really, really long. Now, there are a couple fears here. My biggest fear is abrasion. So I will actually be padding my leash with Tree Pro. We're gonna wrap it, we're gonna spiral it around my leash, and we're gonna tape it in place so that if something does happen, there is an extra layer of safety there. Now, another concern of mine is that this is gonna be a really dynamic break, and the Paracord is going to be flying at my face right after it breaks. So in order to do that, I've got some really special safety glasses, aka my mountaineering glasses, that I'm going to wear out there while I'm whipping, and I'm just going to simply tie those to the back of my head with Paracord. Now, I don't normally highline with glasses, so you know I'm taking all the precautions on this one. I'm going to go out there with a single strand of Paracord to start, and I'm really, really hoping that I get a really, really awesome break, and it's not like an anticlimactic, and it's safe enough, because we all know the leash doesn't see that much force. We'll see, but I'm hoping that one breaks, and if the first one breaks, I'm then gonna go to 2 strands that I'm just gonna double up and try to get as close as possible to the same tension. And if 2 break, we'll repeat the process with 3, and so on and so on and so on. Now, I personally think that 3 strands is gonna hold me. I don't know, we'll find out. But I want this to be a repeatable thing, so, you know, we don't just go out and whip once, in theory. I want to continue this experiment until one of these tests holds 3 of my biggest whips. Now, I'm going to get a really big bounce on this line here, and I'm just going to let it rip at the top of the bounce so I get a really, really big whip at the bottom. Now, this might not be where the highest force is. It may be better to whip at the bottom of the bounce. I'm not sure. You guys actually let me know what you think. Where do we get the biggest force on a whip? Do we get it if we fall off at the top of the line on a big bounce? Or do we get it if we fall off at the bottom of the line on a big bounce? It's up for some debate there because I really don't know. So I'm just gonna do it at the top of the bounce. But drop your opinion down in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. And before I go out there and put all my livelihood at danger, if you guys are enjoying this video, or if you guys are finding any useful information on this channel, do me a quick favor, hit those buttons down below, hit that subscribe button in that corner, hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and hit that little black notification bell so you're notified every time I do something dumb like what I'm about to do here. I have a few other silly experiments in mind that I plan to do at some point in the future, and you don't want to miss those. Anyway, let's move on with this video. I appreciate you guys. Let's see if this paracord holds. Me like a startle, you know? And I think it's gonna feel like I'm falling to my death, but then I'm not, you know, because I've got the leash. Ah! No!
What?
Oh,
my hair.
That sucks.
Style point.
Yeah. Pinch point.
I don't think the experiment's gonna last 15 minutes. Nice. It's holding.
So far it works.
Oh God! Oh God, that was terrifying! Oh God! Oh shit! Oh, it did hit my hand. Okay, one doesn't work. One piece of paracord did not work. Going back, we're gonna try 2 pieces of paracord now and see what happens. This one snapped. It did hit my hand, but at least my eyes are protected, so good experiment so far. Okay, 2 strands. Oh boy. I think 2's gonna work. I don't know. I have faith in 2. Here we go. I'll get my hair cut in there again.
Okay.
Well, turns out 2 pieces of paracord is more than enough, at least for me. And I weigh 175 pounds, or roughly 80 kilos for my European friends. Now, would I go out and try this in a real world situation? Absolutely fucking not. And I don't think you should either. This video is for entertainment only. And if you haven't already, hit those subscribe. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what other silly experiments you want to see, and we'll go out and do them.